Okay, hello guys. So last lesson we learned about the binomial expansion, right? So here is the exercise for this lesson, okay? So let's try to understand what is or how to expand it, okay? So we can find in the first problem is that expand y minus 4x power of negative 1 up to x cubed and find the state of the range, right? So for here, we can just remember that for 1 plus u power of n can be considered as 1 plus n times u plus n times n minus 1 over 2 u squared plus n times n minus 1 n times 2 and over then 6 u cubed, right? So for here, we can just consider u here equals to negative 4x, right? And n here equals negative 1. So just put into it. So it will become into u equals negative 4. So it's 1 plus negative 1 times negative 4x, right? And also for here is for negative 1 times negative 2 over 2 negative 4x squared, right? And the third one is for n is negative 1, right? So it's negative 1 times negative 2 times negative 3, and then times u cubed, that is negative 4 squared, 4x cubed, 4x cubed, then divided by 6, right? Then you can just expand it and simplify a little bit. So here first is 1, and then plus 4x, and then plus 16x squared here is, and here is for 1, right? So it's plus 16x squared. And the third one here is for negative 6 divided by 6 is 91. 91 times 94x cubed, that is for plus 64x cubed, right? That is first four terms. Okay, so that the question asking for how to expand up to x cubed, right? So that is the answer here. And for question 2, you can say find the coefficient in x cubed. So in fact, in the P1, we also learned about this, right? So also you can just consider to expand it. So for x cubed, because that you want to find 3, because you find the x squared into it, right? So here is for 3. So if you consider 1 plus 3x power 4 becomes 4 brackets 1 plus 3x times together, that for the x squared, or sorry, for x cubed, we can consider we are choosing 3x, right? So that's for C4C3, right? From 4 brackets, you choose 3, 1, that is combination for 3, and then times 3x cubed times 1 power of 1, right? So then you can say, like here, the answer is for 3 times 4C3, that is for 4, and here's for 27x cubed, right? That is for 81 times 4, that is 324x cubed, right? That is for this part. And also another situation that we choosing negative x, so here we have to choosing x squared, right? So if we're choosing x, negative x, that is for negative 1 times negative 1x times the, maybe we have to choosing 2 brackets or 3x here, just square and times 1 square. That the value here is for 1 times 4c2 means 4 times 3 over 2, that is for 6, right? 6. And then times 9x squared times 1, right? The other is for 54x cubed, right? For 52x cubed. So we can say that the answer here is for negative, oh, sorry, negative 1x. Okay, sorry for that. So here is for negative x, right? So here's for negative, sorry, minus 54x cubed. So the answer here is 324x cubed plus negative 54x cubed. That is for 270x cubed, right? So we can say the coefficient of x cubed is for 270. Okay. And for a third problem, expand 1 plus 9x power of 1/3 up to x squared. And then states a validating range, right? So we can say here. So if you want to expand it, so just consider like 1 plus u power of n, right? So it equals to 1 plus un plus u times, times n times n minus 1 over 2u squared, right? So we can just put into it. So here, n u equals to 9x and n equals to 1/3. So you can set like 1 plus 9x power of 1 cube can be considered as first is 1, right? Second is un, so it's 9x times 1/3, and then plus n times n minus 1 is for 1/3 times negative 2 over 3, and then divided by 2, and u squared is 9x squared, right? So then we can set that is for 1 plus 3x, and then we have to like minus 1 over 9. That's, sorry, here is for minus 1 over 9, and then times 81x squared, right? That the answer here is for minus 9x squared, right? That is for this problem. Okay, so we can say that The first three term is for 1 plus 3x minus 9x squared, okay? That is for this problem. Okay, so that's for today's our lesson. We're just understanding for how to solving these problems. I think that can be very helpful. Okay, so till next time. Bye.